Hello guys, and welcome to day 7 of this full stack modern hospital management system. So in our last video, we created this homepage here, including these charts, and also we created this new user part here and pending approvals part here. So today we are going to look at users page here and also this add user page here. And to illustrate that, in this project here, you can see how the user page look like. And also we'll have this add user page here that will have this input accepting name, email, password, and then you can select all, and also you can now click this button to submit the user or to register this user to database. So we'll have that in this video. So kindly, if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and like this video so that it may reach many other people. So without much ado, let's deep dive in our tutorial. So today will be the last day that we'll be doing our front end, and then we'll start going to our backend and start doing things that we need to do in our backend. And also after backend, we'll be looking at background services. So without much ado, let's get into this user page here and also look at how it will look like. So we'll have this here, this like table that will have the listing of the users here. That will include name, email, role, security number, ID number, and then it will be just here. So let's go in our code, and in our admin here, you can see we have this user that we generated in our last video. So what I'll do, as usual, let me delete this one. So come here, delete this. So I'll have a div and then container. I'll call it container, just like that. And then first of all, or the first thing that I want to do is to create now this part here, this one here. So to do that, I'll just come here and I'll add a div and I'll say user head or user header, user's header, just like that. And then we'll have span. And because I don't want us to go back and forth to confirm, so I'll just copy this one here. So copy it and then I'll just paste it inside here so that I can just type it while I'm seeing it. So I'll just now add these spans, and inside this span now I can just copy. Let me copy and paste to save some time. So copy this and then paste here. So this one can be role, or it is a role. This one should be security number, just like that. Security number. And then we'll have this one here as ID number or anything that you want to add. And then inside here now, we'll have another span. And this one is delete. So just like that. Now what I want to do is to just style it. So let me delete this one here, and then inside our CSS now, yeah, I can come, and the first thing that I want to add is, or I just want to style this container, and I'll give it a margin of, let's say, 50 pixels. So just like that, because if you come here, you can see we have this margin here, and I have given it 50, or I can give it even 20 or 30. I think that will be okay. So now let me style that user header, or let me first of all confirm it is user's header, just like that. So user's header, just like that. And then I have a background color here. This background color, remember we used in our side nav here. So I'll just come here and copy it like that. Copy this one. So let me copy it, and then let me close this side nav, and then now inside here I can say, can add that background color. just like that. So again, the other thing that I'll do, I'll add a padding and say padding of 10 pixels, and I can give a height of this to be 70 pixels, just like that. So another thing, I want to add display flex, just like that. Align items to be center, and again justify content to be spaced evenly, just like that. So I just want to add a color, so the color of this will be white. Everything in this header will be white. So let us see. So if you open here now, let it load, and then we'll see how it will look like. So after it has loaded, you can see now we have this here. We have this header here. So now the other thing that I want to do is to add a font weight to be bold. So I'll just add font weight, and I can give this 900 to be boldest font. So again, let's see how it will look like. So let it load, and after some time now you can see we have this here. So now the other thing that we need, actually you can see we have this one here, and now we have this input here. So I think this color is too white, or we can just give it a color of some grayish color. So I just add these 3 A's, and let's see how it will look. So let's see. So when it load now, you can see how it will look like. So again, I can reduce this one here to be 50, because I feel in our project here, this one is smaller than this. So let's see. So yeah, just like that. I think that's okay now. So we can just add input here. So inside our HTML here, we'll add another div here, and this div is for input. So I'll just call it search as usual, and inside here we'll have an input, and this input will be of type text, and it will have a placeholder that will say something like search user by, let me see, what are you supposed to search with, and it is ID number, or you can add anything that you want. So we have an ID number here. So now we can just type this search. So inside here now we can add search, and now we can say display flex, because I want to center it. Display flex, just like that. Align items to be center, and then justify content to be center also, just like that. The other thing now that I want to do is to give a width of, let's say, 50%, just like that. So I just want us also to style the input. So just come here and then add search, and then select input. So I just add a padding of, let's say, 7 pixels, and also I think that's okay. And then let's see how it will look like for now. Also, I feel like we'll add margin here, so you can see we have it there. But now let me first of all remove this, so because it is not working well. So we have width here, and I will give it 50%, just like that. And again, we'll have this search here having a margin of, let's say, 20 pixels, just like that. So let's see how it will look. So just like that, you can see it is, it's good, it's working correct. So now we can have this text to be bold, little bit bold. So we can say font weight is, let's say, something like 500. So let me remove this space. So I just want us to remove this space here, or actually I can just format this code. So format it, so just like that. And then again, now let's see how it will look. So I feel that's okay. So now we need to have this listing of the users here. So inside here, I'll just add users body. We have div, and then I'll give a class of users body because we have users header, or you can just call it the way you want. And because it will have the same column, number of columns, you just copy this and then add it here. So the first thing is name, and this time I'll give it a name of James Doe. And email, here we'll have a email of James Doe at Gmail, or at gmail.com. And then a role, maybe this one is just maybe say doctor. And again, security number can be anything. Let's say we can have something like this one here. And ID number can be anything, even we can give it just anything, just like that. And then this one will be a button because we want a button to click to delete that user. So we'll have this one here as a button, just like that. And now actually I'll give this as delete now. So I just want us to copy and paste several times so that we'll have some users to display. So let's have this here, so just like that. And now I just want us to style this user's body here. So let's come here, and down here we can have users body, and we can add it here. So because we'll add the same styling with our header, I'll just copy everything here. So copy this, but for now I don't want us to have this background color, so I just remove it. And again, I don't want this here, this padding, and also this height here. So just like that. So actually, let me see how it looks. So let me see here. So we have this one, and actually I've made a mistake. We should give here just like a div and then users body. Yeah, users body, just like that. And then, or I can just even give this to be users and then have users body, just like that. I just need this one, this text here, or this user body to be inside our users because we'll be looping through it, remember. So we just need to give it just be there because we need this div here in order to loop. So I'll just show you what I mean. So let's see in our code here now, in our user's body, what we need to remove, we need to remove this and actually this color here and see how it will look. So let me format this code. Don't want this extra space. So let's see now how it will look. So you can see we have this one here. It is looking great, but now we need to give space. And also, so I'll just give a margin top of, let's say, 20 pixels, or let me add 30 pixels. And also, I just want us to style the button. So I'll just say users body, but this time I want the button here. And now I can give a padding of, let's say, 10 pixels. Cursor should be pointer, just like that. Another thing is we need to have a background color of, let's say, this one here, orange color, and a color of white, this one here. And then font weight to be bold, or we can give this 900, just like that. Let's see how it will look. So let's see how now it will look like. So let it load, and you can see we have this one here. I just want to remove the border in our button, so remove the border to be none. And again here padding, I feel like it is so big, so give it 5. And then here this margin, I feel it's bigger, so let's give it to be 10. It's because there are a lot of space inside here. So just like that, I think now I can give this font weight because it is not that visible. So inside here now, what we can do, we can add a font weight to be font weight and give it bold, just like that. So let's see how it will look now. So let it load, and now you can see we have this one here. So another thing that I want us to have is pagination down here, because we'll be moving from one page to another, and every page can contain different number or a certain number of users, and then you click to the next page, you're given another number of users. So now what we do, as you know, we need to add the module for pagination. So just scroll down in here in our admin.module.ts. Inside our import here, we need to have that admin or ngx module, just like that. So let's see if there's any auto completion. I think it is ngx module. So let's see. So ng module, I don't know maybe how it is called, or I have forgotten. Let me just check, because in our other modules we used it. So just inside here we can just check for it. Is this one ngx module pagination here. So I just copy it to save time. Actually it's just but copying. So inside here I'll just add it here, and again now I can add it here. So ngx and then module, pagination module. The other thing now we need to do in our component here, in our component, user component here, we need to add the current page and correction. And correction is the data that we'll be using for pagination right now, but when we'll be fetching the data from our database, we'll be using our data from our database. So now inside here, we can just come here, and inside this like appointment here in our component, let's come here in our component, we need these two here, this page, current page, and also we need that correction here. Correction should be the data that we'll be using in our pagination, or the data that we'll be paginating, if that is the correct word to use. So now inside here we can add this here, and again, because we have already done this, and if you are not understanding, you can just go back and look for the other tutorials or other days and you will understand. So inside here we need to loop through, and that's why I was telling you we need the users so that we can be able to loop. So now inside here in our users, now here we need now to give this a command here for looping. So this is a directive for looping, ng4, and then you can see you say loop through this collection, and whenever you are looping, that item or that data will be called item, and now that item we can use it here. But for now I'll just add it, because even in our collection here for now we don't have any relevant data. So just like that. So the other thing that we need is now pagination control. So inside here appointment, inside here and down up to here, we can copy this pagination control, copy it, and now inside here and down, scroll down here, we need to add it here, and then now we need the last thing that we need is to just style this pagination here. So it has already it has a class, so we just add it here. And again, now we just copy from our appointment CSS here, because we have that class here, this one. So copy this pagination here, and then let's close now this doctor module, because we have we don't need it again. So just paste that there. So now let's see how it will look. So let it load for now. So let it load, and then we'll see. So as you can see here, now we have some error. So, and this error is telling us that this opening tag div is not terminated. So inside here, in our users here, let's see where the error is coming from. So inside here now, you can see if this one div here is not terminated. So what we'll do, we just give it some space and see if it is correcting. So let's see. Okay, so now here you just need to first of all remove this, and actually I know where the mistake is. In this one here, this quotation mark here, they are not closed, so inside here we need to add it just like that. So that's where the mistake was, and I need to format this code. Yeah, it is not looking great. So let's see now if the error is gone. So when you load again, now we have this another error here, and this time we have this here, and it is telling us that it is missing these curly braces here. So let's see where the mistake is, and right here you can see, yeah, I think you are missing curly braces here. So let's see now if that is where the error was coming from. So let's reload again. So let it load, and now you can see we have this pagination down here. Very, very simple. So now the other thing that we need to do is when you click this delete here, just this one here, it should add or it should have a confirmation model here that is asking you if you are sure if you want to delete this user, because remember, deleting is a very dangerous functionality, especially in a very, very sensitive application. So now what we do, we just add another div inside or down here. So inside here we'll have a delete. I'll just call it delete, and now this one I want to style it first of all. So inside here, first of all, because I want to create such an overlay, so here I'll just give a position relative. So the position relative, and now this delete here, down here you need to add a class of delete, and the delete will add something like position absolute. We'll have a position absolute because I want to create an overlay. Again, I'll just do top 0, and then right will be 0, just like that. And then I'll have a height of, just want an overlay, so I just give a height of 100% and a width of 100%, just like that, because we just be having this one as an overlay, and it will be above the page. So I just want to give a z index, and this z index will have a z index of 999, so that it will be above everything in that page. So another thing is background color, and I just give it RGBA. This is because I want it to be transparent in a way. So I'll just give this here, and I can have a transparency of, let's say, 0.3. I think that will be okay. So let's see how it will work. So just like that, and you can see we have this dark here, or this overlay that is dark. And now we need to add here a model that will be asking us if we want to delete. If you have gone through demonstration of this project, you remember what that model look like. So let's come here in our HTML, and inside here now I will just add this div and then say delete item here. So I just want to add now this one in our CSS here. So I'll just add it here, delete item. And again, the other thing that I want to do is to add the background color. And this time I'll have this background color here, and I'll give a height of, let's say, 100 ph, and I'll have a width of, let's say, 20% or 30%. If you're not understanding, you will understand in a few minutes. So this is the color that I want to use, and also we need to have this one here, but I want it to be on our right side, just here. We need to have this one here. So let's continue. So now the other thing that I'll do, I'll just say top. It will be having a top of 0, and then it will be having a right of also 0, and I just give it a position in here, position absolute again, because I want it to be position where I want. So just give a position absolute just like that. So let's see if we can see it now, just like that. So let's see. So you can see it was appearing here, but when it loads, now you can see it is here. It is in our right side here. So again, the other thing that I want to do is to reduce this, and I can give it a width of 15%, because it should be a very small model, since it will have no or many text, or yeah, just like that. So now inside this one here, we'll have another thing. We'll have another div, and this one here will say confirm, just like that. And again, inside here we'll have a h2 or heading, and it will ask, are you sure you want to delete the user? I know you have seen this functionality in more websites. So we'll have here a button, and this one, and actually we'll have here, down here, we'll have another div, and this one div here, it will be for buttons. Let me add for buttons, and I'll have the first button here, I just call it close, because it will be for closing the model if you don't want to delete the user. And again, we'll have another button here, and this button, we just call it delete, and I'll just say delete btn or delete button, just like that, and it will have a text of delete. So just like that. So let's see how it will look like. So let's see. So you can see we have this here. So now actually the other thing that I want to do, let me give this a heading of 4 here, just like that. And then I want to style this one, this confirm here. So in our CSS here, what we'll do is just come here and add confirm, and I will just say display flex, and then I'll say align items to be center, and again we'll have justify content to be center also, just like that. Just want to add this, or to style the head here. So I just say confirm, and then I just type this header. So this will have a color, and I'll give this a color of this dark, and let's see how it will look. And then we'll have a padding of, let's say, 20 pixels, just like that. I think that would be okay. So now let's see how it will look. So after it loads, now you can see how it is appearing. But now I just want to have a flex button or a flex direction to be column, so that it appears the way I want. So yeah, just like that. And again, I'll have a margin top. So let's have a margin top. Yeah, and I give a margin top of, let's say, 20 pixels, just like that. I think that would be okay. And let's see how it will look like. So yeah, I think that's more. And we can give, let's say, 40, so that it will appear at the middle here or at the center. Okay, it's not giving what I want. So let me add to 50, and then let's see how it will look. So just like that, I think that's okay. For now, we won't spend a lot of time there. And inside here, I can add the font size, because I feel that font size is small. So we can give a font size of maybe 25 pixels. So after that, now we can now style inside our buttons. Can style the div for our buttons and say display flex here, and then I'll say align items to be center, and again justify content to be space between, or space between, just like that. And again, I'll have a padding of, let's say, 20 pixels, just like that. So let's see how it will look. So let it load, and then you see now we have that. And again, I think this font size here is too large, so I just give it 20. And again, now let's start styling this button here. So we have this button called cross. So let's style it. So inside here in our CSS, we just add this cross, and then we have a padding of 0 pixels, or actually 10 pixels, or let's give it 7 pixels. A border none, border should be none, and a cursor should be pointer, a cursor pointer, just like that. And again, the other thing is font width will be bold, or 900, just like that. So the other thing that we want to just style is this delete button. So copy this class, and inside here in our CSS, we just add this one here, and we can have a padding. Actually, I'll just copy and paste this, copy this, and then paste here. But now here, I just want to have a background color of red. Another thing, you need to have a color of white, just like that. So let's see how it will look. So let it load after it have saved, and now you can see we have these two buttons. But now I just want to have a margin between them, or a space. So inside this one, I'll give a margin of, let's say, 20 pixels, just like that. And I think that's okay. So let it load, and we can see, yeah, we have this one here. So I just want, as if we click on this delete button here, it will just open this model for us here, and then when we delete, we'll delete the user from our database. And if we don't want to delete, we'll just close, just like that. So now inside here in our users, or in our component here, I just want us to add a variable that will be helping us to show that delete, or just to hide it. So I just give it false, and actually I won't be providing type, because Typescript will know this is a boolean, and you can see here it is telling us is a boolean. So just like that. So by default it will be closed, and I will have a function here on a method that will say show delete, just like that. And again, this one will have this one, the button or the method will be for toggling. So we have this close, and we'll give it a variable of the opposite of it. So if it is true, if you click this function here, or you call this method here, it will give it false, or if it is false, it will give it to be true. I'll just demonstrate to you. So first of all, the first thing that you need to add here is a directive for ngIf, because remember we need to give this, or to show this delete by condition. So we just use this close here, and now when you click here, you need to have a click event here. So you'll have a click event here, so just like that. And now inside here, now you'll have show delete, just like that, because it will be toggling. And now I can actually copy this and paste it here, and again I want to paste it inside these buttons here. So just like that, just like that, and this one here, just like that, just like that. And again inside here, I just want us to add it here, so just like that. So now let's see how it will look. So let it load. So when it load, you will not be able to see this delete, you can see, but when you click here, you can see we have that model here. And then if you don't want to delete, then you can click to close, or when you want to delete, then you can delete, and it will close that model. So that's all that I wanted to add here in this user. Remember, the functionality for searching, we'll do that when we integrate with our backend, and also in deleting, we'll add the functionality when we'll be integrating with our backend. So hang in there, we have a long way to go, but I promise you, you'll learn a lot. So now let's go at our add user page here, and I want it to just be like this one here. We'll have a name, email, password, and we can add other things like security number or ID number, but I will just give you as a task if you want to be challenged. So inside here, let's close everything here. Let's close even this, and here in our add user, in our HTML here, what we'll do, we just delete everything inside here. First thing that we need to add, as usual, is this div and then a container, just like that. And inside here now, we'll have a header, and this header, we'll add a text saying add user, just like that. And again, now we have these inputs. Now we have this input for name, for email, just like that. So we'll have a label. This one is for name, and we'll have an input here, and input will be for name, for text, and then this one will be placeholder, and this is actually, we don't have to add that because already we have a label. So let me remove that, and I can remove that. So let me copy this, and let me paste it here and also here. So this one will be for email, and again this one here will be for the password, because we'll be registering our user if we are the admin. And also we need to have a select here, because we need to select the role. So we'll have a label here, just like that, label here, and this one here will be for role, just like that. And then we'll have select here, select this one here, and inside select we'll have option, So option, this one will be admin. Actually, I can add it like admin. And again, we need to have this another option, or I can just copy and paste to save time. So copy this, and again, we need to paste it here, because we need a role for admin. We need for reception, we need for doctor also. So we have a doctor here, and again, actually this is caps. So this one here is for a patient like that. So the last thing that we need to add is our button, and this button is for submitting. So we have this button and we add submit there. So let's close and see how it will look. So let's come here in our code, and now you can see we have this one here. So now the other thing that we need to do is to style. So inside our CSS here, we can now add this container class, and we can give it a margin of, let's say, 20 pixels, and we can say display flex, and then this one flex, and flex direction can have flex direction to be column, just like that. So now let's see how it looks first of all before we style others. So you can see we have this one here. So it is occupying the whole length. So what I will do inside here, I'll just target this container, and inside container I need to style the label, and this label you can give it a font weight of 900, just like that. Again, this one I'll just style the input, and input I just first of all need to give it a width of, let's say, 30%, and let's see how it will look. Actually, let me see. So no, this one should be input. We need to style the input here, so that's, let me add it there. So let it load. So you can see it's now starting to have shape. So the other thing now is our button. So we just add button container and then have this button here. So inside here, we'll just also give it this one here. So copy a width of 30%. So and add it there. Another thing now, we can give a margin between these two here, and actually I want to add here select because we need to style them almost the same. So now this one will be looking great. So now I just need to give a margin here, and I'll give a margin of 20 pixels, just like that. So I think that would be okay. So let it load, and you can see we have this one, and actually I can give it that one, and I give 0 pixels. This means that we'll have top and bottom 20 pixels, and then 0 pixels left and right. So let's see. So just like that, I need, yeah, now that's looking great. Now we need to give a padding here, a padding, and for now we can give a padding of 10 pixels, and let's see now how it looks. Yeah, I think that's okay, but I feel that padding is a lot, so I just give it 5, if that will be okay. So that's looking great now. Yeah, that's okay. So now the other thing that I need to do in here, in our label or in our heading, so I just say container, and then we have this header, we give a margin bottom of 20 pixels, just like that. Now we can style here, we can give it a padding of, let's say, 10 pixels, and background color have the background color that is, we are using that background color here. So I just copy this one. I don't know it on top of my head, so I just copy it, and let me close this side nav here and add it here in our button. So now the other thing that we need to do now is to give the color, and I want the color to be white, so I'll just add this color here. So let me just remove the space, and actually I tend to give a lot of space when I'm coding, and that's why I format every time. So let me format it, and now it's looking great. So let's see how it will look now. So I know I just need to remove the border here, because we have this border and it is not looking great. So now here we have border none. So give it a border of none. And again, now the other thing that you need to do is to give a cursor pointer, because we'll be just clicking it to submit. So now I feel even we don't need padding here. So let's just look at how it will be looking like. So just like that. Actually that is great. Okay, let's add that's a small padding, and a padding of, let's say, 3 pixels. And here you can give a padding of 10. So let's see how it will look. So that's okay. I feel that is way good, way better. So inside here you can give now a margin of, let's say, 20 pixels. So just like that. I think that's okay now. Yeah, that is looking great. And here just give 0 pixels, because I don't want to have margin left and right. So let it load now. Yeah, I think that's okay now. Can add here name, email, and then password here, and then we can select anything that we want here. And actually, because this one is not very visible, we can add a font weight inside here. Can have font weight of, let's say, 900, all bold. Let me add it just like that. So when it loads, let's see if it will be visible here in our select. So now, yeah, actually I see like we have a good application now. So now we have done these users here. You can click here, you can close, you can click again and delete. Just something that I wanted us to achieve, we have achieved. So here is our home. So, and I feel like now the front end is over. We need now just we need to just jump into our backend. So in our next video, or day 8 of this project, we start looking at our backend, and again we just look at our background services also in the later videos, and then we'll start integrating this application here. So if you have come all the way, just hang in there. Now we are going to the interesting things and seeing how this application will work. Remember, we'll be generating reports using our background services, and also will be sending emails. So that will, I think, will be interesting. So hang in there. We are getting there. So remember to like this video and to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So see you in the next video, where we start coding our backend.